This box represents the area in which you can build your rear extension. On a semi-detached or terraced house, this mustn't exceed 3 metres from the original rear wall of the building. Detached houses can extend to 4 metres. The extension can't project beyond the side wall of the house to be considered PD, and this is very clear in the official guidance. The maximum height of the extension is 4 metres, although where the extension is within 2 metres of the boundary with your neighbour, the eaves, or the lowest part of the roof, cannot be higher than 3 metres. This gives you various options for the shape of the roof on your extension. Firstly, a flat roof at a constant 3 metres height. The detailed guidance actually states that a parapet can extend higher than this, but I'm afraid you can't use it as a terrace or a balcony. Next, a monopitch or lean-to roof, which is the most common. And it's worth noting that the roof overhang can extend beyond the 3 metre line. Lastly, a dual-pitched roof with a gate. At ground floor, you can extend the full depth of your house front to back. The width of the extension cannot be more than half of the width of the existing house. For example, if your house is say 5 metres wide, the maximum you could extend sideways would be 2.5 metres. This is regardless of how close this comes to your side boundary. However, you may want to think about whether you'd like to leave room for the side access to your rear garden. Once again, the maximum height that you can build upwards is 4 metres, and similar to rear extensions, the eaves height within 2 metres of the boundary must be no higher than 3 metres. You could adopt a lean-to type roof, or alternatively a dual pitched roof such as this. Where a side extension is combined with a rear extension, we call this a wraparound, and unfortunately this generally isn't allowed under permitted development. You can push the rear wall of a new side extension back beyond the rear wall of the house, like this, but you are again limited to 3 metres for a semi or 4 metres for. Let's spin round to the back of the property and see what we can do to the rear and side elevations of the house. Here you can install one or multiple dormer projections to increase the available space within the roof. Dormers must not project higher than the highest point of the existing roof. The new internal volume of the dormer or dormers combined cannot exceed 50 cubic metres for a semi-detached or detached house, or 40 cubic metres for a terraced house, including end of terrace. The dormer must also be constructed with a minimum of 20 centimetres or 200 millimetres back from the eaves or gutter line of the roof, with none of its faces being outside the line of the existing walls below. This does not include overhanging gutters, fascias or tile of the dormer itself. A new dormer extension can also be located on the side of the house or the rear and the side of the